Hello there, my friends. I'm feeling very, very satisfied today because there's nothing quite like just getting it done. And after a very, very long period of absence, I finally got back to using my gym equipment today. And it's a good feeling. It's a good kind of struggle that you feel when you're at the end of 3 or 4 sets of a particular exercise or superset, and you're really cranking out the reps, and you realize that you're far more capable than you realize. And the thing is, in the last couple of weeks, there have been a couple of further incidents of the relatives of the lady that I share the garage with, that they've moved my equipment around. And the thing is, I thought, well, what's the best solution to this? Well, the solution, frankly, is to up the testosterone levels, to be quietly confident, to be able to stand my ground. Because obviously there are any number of things that are good for us to do that we avoid, but there are plenty of things that we do that are actually very damaging to ourselves. And one of the things, actually, I wouldn't say it was a fear of mine, but one of the things that I am loathed to do, that I completely disagree with, is living passively. You can react to what people do. And situations, borders they're incredibly sensitive, it's issues for a lot of people. But I could sit around and feel resentful and feel angry and feel pissed off. But of course, that doesn't help me, doesn't help anybody else, it doesn't help you, my dear followers, who leave me lots of lovely comments, and I've got a few to catch up with at the moment, because I've actually again been just absorbing them rather than being reactive. It's like, well, celebrating the fact that I'm doing good work, I'm getting messages, I'm getting feedback, and that to me says I'm doing the right things, I'm on the right path. And of course, it's really, really crucial, it's absolutely vital that we are able to stand up for ourselves. And people, I do laugh at this, but a lot of people will call it, oh, you're being really aggressive, you're being really confrontational, you're being really intimidating and threatening. It's like, well, no, I'm just protecting what's mine. And your life is your own, and the choices that you make are all yours. And getting into my gym gear and getting the water bottle and carrying my phone down with me and getting onto the equipment and doing chest stuff and back stuff and biceps and triceps, it just felt really, really good to do it, if for no other reason than to understand there are no excuses. There are absolutely no excuses, particularly that my commute to the gym is walking out the front door of my flat, down a staircase of my little communal area, and then literally across a matter of feet to the garage. But I could choose to say, oh God, I should have done the training back then. So, well, you didn't, and there were always good reasons for why we do things, but the truth is there is no substitute for getting the work done. You can try and rationalize your way out of it, you can try and excuse yourself, you can continue to live in a really shrunken way, but at the end of the day, you live with the consequences of your action and your inaction. And I know that when I get into bed tonight, having done my blog post, having done my video work, having trained, having interacted on Twitter, doing all these things, I know that I will fall asleep far quicker, knowing that I have made the most of the day, and not gotten through it, but gotten from it. It makes you immensely powerful. It makes you immensely powerful because we live there's absolutely no doubt that compared to our forebears, even a couple of generations ago, we live in a far more timid and security conscious way. But it's a prison, and it's the worst kind of prison because it's not somebody outside of us that is imposing it on us. It's us choosing to live in prisons, and none of us have the perfect idea of how everything's going to turn out, but we always have at our fingertips the technology, the opportunity, and the will, the free will, to actually make the most of our lives individually, and as a consequence to have enormous amounts of influence to affect positive, joyful and transformational change in the world. And that's always been my mission, but I've excused myself from doing these things that I know are good for me, including doing the gym training. But that's done, and life is, there are contrasts in life, there really are, but as long as you keep moving, but also that you absorb all of the good things that you've done and realize that when you make positive changes for your mind, for your heart, for your body, that there is absolutely nothing that you can't achieve. You are perfectly capable of achieving everything that you want to do when you make the right choices and you know what those are for yourself, and that you just get it done.